Let's go ahead and get started straight away. We'll jump into the foundations here. And I think we all agree AI is here. And I feel like ChatGPT very much was the moment when everybody realized, oh, wow, like this is a breakout moment. I definitely got that when I first used it. And I imagine, I started thinking about how I could use that interface. I think with a lot of AI prior to this, there have been tools floating around, and ChatGPT earlier versions have been here, but it really was the chat interface that had everybody go, wow, there's something here. And we know that the growth in this has been the fastest adoption of any platform to date. They had 1 million users in 5 days. So that's the fastest in history, quicker than Instagram, Facebook, Netflix, like you name it. ChatGPT was faster. And I think what makes it so magic is you could ask a question and then it would deliver and does deliver extraordinary results. Very similar to when Google came out, and you know how Google revolutionized search engines. It was all very clean and there was nothing on the screen, just a search box. You ask it what you want and then it goes off and then delivers the most relevant results. Well, this is kind of like that, but on steroids, because now it is able to really tailor and give you actual answers rather than a list of places you can go to find the answers you're looking for. Now, this whole landscape has been accelerating at breakneck speed. It feels like a new tool is popping up every single day. There is specialized tools for specialized tasks. This is a great website I check out called futuretools.io, and they do a lot of sort of collating of these tools as they pop up. So I keep an eye on that. But if you kind of fast forward 6 months from when all of this happened, we can already start to see some of the impacts of ChatGPT. Here's an article I came across where copywriters said that they lost their jobs and now they have to walk dogs and fix air conditioners because ChatGPT basically took their jobs. Now, economists predict that AI could potentially automate up to 18% of jobs worldwide, with white collar jobs being most at risk and physical labor jobs being the ones that are probably the least at risk. So, but the white collar jobs would be things like copywriting, translation, paralegal. They're particularly susceptible to automation, and therefore those task oriented roles are most at threat for change. Now, I think initially everybody thought, hey, at least creative jobs will be safe. And it just so happened that AI seemed to come for that first. So a lot of AI tools focusing in on graphics and images and audio and video. We're finding that the AI actually does a really great job at providing results in that space. So what should we do about it? Like when we know the machines are coming, we can complain about it, we can protest it, we can even go on strike, just like 150,000 actors in Hollywood have recently, where they've striked over a variety of things, including how they're going to have control over their AI generated likeness. So I don't think protesting is the best response in these situations. It's up to the powers that may be to put guardrails in place to protect. But trying to fight innovation is most definitely a losing battle. I think all you have to do is ask companies like Blockbuster, Kodak, Polaroid. These companies failed to innovate, and then we all know what happened to them. They basically died. So we can either complain about it, ignore it, or we can embrace it, which is what I believe we should do. We really have no other choice as a small business owner. AI isn't going anywhere. It's only accelerating. And for those of you who leverage it, it'll actually skyrocket past your competition and give you a competitive advantage, especially in these early days. So that's what we did here at Systemology. We went all in on it and we started applying it to our documentation process, our content marketing, our meeting minutes, our customer support, writing position descriptions, doing annual reviews. For me personally, it's saving me hours of work every single day. When we multiply it across the team, it's thousands of hours over a year that is being saved through this tool. So it's definitely something already, and I feel like We're not using it to its full potential yet. We're still babies with this. It's just early days since it's been, we've gone all in, but we're getting better day by day, bit by bit. And that's really the secret. One of the first things I want to kind of let you know is the only way to get good at this is to make it a habit. Just like we say, hey, just Google it, and that kind of became a habit. We kind of want to say, just chat GPT it and make that a new habit. That's how you'll get comfortable with it. And I know just with that micro adjustment, you will change the trajectory of your business. How it works in a short sort of form, or at least the way that I like to think about it, it's just a large body of knowledge that has an algorithm that when you ask it questions, it generalizes the response and gives you what it thinks is the best response based on what you've asked it, based on the entirety of its general knowledge. So when you ask it questions, when you provide it examples, when you give it context, that will help to improve the output that you get from it. So that's a big part of what we'll talk about today, training the AI, feeding in data and examples and pre-prompts to improve that output. Now, what you put into the little box here, on ChatGPT, this is called a prompt. And when you craft prompts, it's called prompt engineering. I like to think of prompts a little bit like systems for the machine. So I mentioned earlier that a system, the way I think about it, it's a series of steps that a human can follow to create a consistent outcome. And a prompt is, or a series of prompts is steps that AI can follow to create a consistent outcome. So just like a good system, a good prompt series should have the goal of creating a consistent, great quality output. Once you master this idea, it makes it possible to craft prompts that can then be passed to less skilled, oftentimes lower cost team members to allow them to produce at a higher standard. But the prompts need to be crafted, and there's also needs to be some human oversight. Now, the good news is, as a systems thinker, as a systemology devotee, a lot of this will make sense for you very quickly, especially if you or your systems champion has created your critical client flow and your minimum viable systems, or if you're working towards that. These are both tools that help to focus your attention on the highest impact, biggest leveraged systems in your business, because that's where most people get stuck. They get overwhelmed, not knowing where to start, and they kind of chase their tail when you can get tremendous wins by thinking about your existing processes and going to work on those and improving efficiencies. And if it's an existing, essential, repeatable, delegatable task, when you improve its efficiency, the time and cost saving that happens from being more efficient because of the AI drops straight to your bottom line. So again, we'll explore this idea a little bit more as we go, but you're on the right path if you already know a little bit of systemology. And I'll also share some resources if you're not yet at that point to kind of help you get up to speed. And I'm going to give you all of the prompts, and you'll look at live examples, and you'll come back and watch this again and again. You can follow the extra resources, and it'll make really good sense as we go. At this point in time, one of the questions I've got a few times that pops up is it worth upgrading? So ChatGPT has two versions. It's got a free version and a paid version. Everything that I show you today will be able to be done on the free version, but I still think it's worth upgrading to the Pro version because the Pro is quicker. It will get you access to version 4 of GPT, which is smarter and provides better responses. You'll also have access to the plugins, and the plugins is one of the biggest breakthroughs. You'll see there's some previous problems that we've been able to solve by using some of the plugins. It's only $20 a month to upgrade. It might not be something that you upgrade everybody on your team on, maybe just yourself and the team members that are using ChatGPT consistently. So that's just a little bit about the foundation. I think the key takeaway here is I just wanted to get across that AI is here, that you need to embrace it, that you need to make it a habit. And if you're already a systems thinker, you are well and truly on the path. I hope you enjoyed that clip. Just a heads up, it was a snippet taken from the Business Systems Accelerator program, which is the world's first training for systems champions to help you build a systems-driven organization. If you'd like to find out more about the program, head over to systemology.com/BSA, and I'll see you in the next video.